Welcome to 209 Online. Today's lesson we're going to be talking about telling time to the half hour. Now just as a review, we're going to go over a little bit of the clock, how a clock works, and telling time by an hour just as a review. So you have your hour hand, which is the shorter hand, and your minute hand, which is the longer hand. When you're telling time by the hour, your minute hand will always be pointing towards the 12, which represents the double zeros, and your hour hand is going to go ahead and point to the other numbers to tell you what hour it is. So for starters, you have 1 o'clock, and you can move your hour hand to go down. That represents 2 o'clock. Now let's go on and dive down into telling time by the half hour. To tell time by the half hour, your minute hand is going to point towards 6. So let's get to the 6 and find out why telling time by the half hour is called the 30 minutes. So each one of the numbers, we have gone over this before, represents 5 minutes. So it's just like skip counting by 5. So let's go ahead and do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So a half hour is 30 minutes. Half past the hour. 30 minutes. So let's bring our minute hand down to the 6 to represent those 30 minutes that have passed since the hour. So our minute hand is pointing towards the 6. Your hour hand is pointing towards, what's that? The 1. So it's going to be 1:30. Let's try another one. Let's go ahead and move it all the way down here. So now our hour hand is pointing towards the 4. So this would be 4:30. Let's try one more time, and then I have a little matching activity for you. Now the hour hand is pointing towards the 8. So that is 8:30. All right, let's start our activity. So this is what your half hours are going to look like on a digital clock. So that's 1:30, that's 2:30, that's 3:30, 4:30, and 5:30. Now, I'm just showing you a small sample of the half hours, just to give you an idea of what these are going to look like. So then on your analog clock, we have your hour hand pointing towards the hour, and your minute hand is pointing towards the 6 to represent half past the hour, or the half hour. So your hour hand is pointing towards the 1, and it's actually, if you kind of notice, I didn't do this on this clock, but on some clocks they actually show it, where the hour hand is pointing in between two numbers. You're always going to go with the number that's before. So this is actually going to be 1:30. 2:30. 3:30. 4:30. And 5:30. Now, I want you guys to go ahead and look in your sleeves for your worksheet. And this is It's Springtime. So on It's Springtime, go ahead and write your name in, first thing. Then the directions say to choose the correct time. So this is just going to be a little multiple choice. You're going to have 3 options on each of these problems to choose from. You're going to have your analog clock here, and you're going to try and tell the time and figure out what it says. So this hour hand is pointing in between the 1 and the 2. So that means it's 1:30. So let's find 1:30 over here. Oh, it's our first one. It's A, 1:30. Now your next one, the hour hand's pointing between the 5 and the 6. So that means it's 5:30. Let's see. 4:30, 5:30. It's going to be your second one. So go ahead and do the rest of this worksheet on your own or with your parents or babysitter. And then once you're done with this worksheet, go ahead and go down to the link for Khan Academy and Brain Pop Junior. There's a Brain Pop Junior activity there'll be a little video that talks about the quarter hour and the half hour, and then go ahead and go on to Khan Academy for a little game that you can practice telling time by the half hour. Look forward to seeing you next time. We miss you all. Bye.